Yes.
Firstly, thank you, Pablo, for that film. Thank you to all the people who contributed to that film, many of whom I see somewhere or the other in the audience today. Either I hear their voice or see their face in the dark, and including on stage. It is a privilege to be here because I think, in a way, we are rebuilding a movement to secure democracy and secure human rights. And this, while we're talking about Julian Assange and the horrors that he has been put through, even in the period since Pablo's film came about, we're also talking about what it means for us and why we choose to do this. And I'd like to start by inviting some questions, firstly for Pablo, and then for Mo, and then for Emmy. In terms of the areas of questions, I'm intending to direct any questions about how the film was made, why he made the film, etc. to Pablo, questions about the legal process mainly to Mo, and then questions about what we can do as a community mainly to Emmy. But I'm hoping that the other speakers will contribute whenever they feel they want to. I'd like to make sure that all questions are taken. So instead of, I know Pablo has told me that there is a limited amount of time that we have the stage, so we're not going to do too many speeches from the front. Instead, we're going to, like in Pablo's film, allow the people who are doing the work to speak. So could I just have some hands in the air or something to indicate to me that you want to speak? Yes, thank you. Is somebody able to get a microphone to the lady in the front, please? Thank you. One's on his way. Thank you. Hello. Thanks. Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure coming.
Could you bring the microphone closer?
Thank you. It's a pleasure coming and seeing the film. I just wanted to know from you, is this film going to be shown where else around the country, please? That's my question.
So the question is, where else around the country is the film going to be shown, and how are we going to build the momentum outside of London, I presume, is what you're after. Pablo?
Good question. As a filmmaker, I'd love to say that the film is going to hit all the cinemas in the UK, but it's not going to happen. But yeah, I think it's going to be very grassroots in a way, like the focus of the people in the film. We find spaces to show these films, such as the Rich Mix, where my production company's been doing events for a while, and we have a really good relationship. But it's going to be like that. It's going to be through contacts. It's going to be through certain institutions that are receptive to showing this kind of film, because in a way, I think this issue is a little bit like, Julian Assange has been smeared, he's been cancelled, if you want to use that kind of terminology, from public discourse. And that's one of the reasons, I think, why in Britain today there isn't much sympathy towards him. I think because, the fact that we have a journalist who's been in prison for over, in a high security prison for over 3 years, and who's, under threat of being extradited to the US, a foreign, he's not even English or from the US. His alleged crimes didn't even take part, weren't committed in the US, even though they weren't crimes. He was a journalist, and so this really, if Julian Assange was Russian or was Chinese, this film might be picked up by the BBC, but he's not. He's Australian, and he's the victim of sort of revenge by the US government for its war crime. So I'm not really answering your question, but I guess it's going to be very ad hoc. But I'm open to all kind of ways of going. So I want, especially in the run-up to the next couple of months, which is going to be critical. I'm open to getting the film shown as much as possible.
Pablo, I think that's